What does the coach of an NHL team do in the big city on a Monday night during the pandemic when his game is suddenly canceled?
You go back to your hotel and have dinner, or go back to your hotel. That's the world we live in right now, in a bubble between hotel and rink. That's about it. So a little bit shocking. I've been around the league a long time, and there's been some times when games have been canceled because of a lockout or something, but getting postponed 15 minutes before warm up is that one's never happened before. The players were surprised. In the coach's room, we saw the two names come out at about 5 o'clock on the email, but we wondered if where things were gonna go. But it looked like everything was fine. And then Ken Holland phoned me about 15 minutes before warm up and told us that it was postponed. So went back to the hotel and had dinner, and just got to wait and see what happens, I guess.
Your team's obviously in a bit of a groove. It has some momentum going, and now that has been interrupted. So, is this a positive or a negative? And I guess we'll
Mm,
find out hopefully tomorrow night.
well, you know what? I think I know we've talked about it a lot, and I'm sure every team has. That there's it's not a normal season. There's going to be challenges that come in and out, and you just have to deal with them. I mean, last time we were in here, we lost Pugliarvi for the day on a false positive, and then Koskinen couldn't play because he had gone for a walk with him. There's just things that are happening that you have to. We've talked about, and you got to roll with the punches a little bit, and that's exactly where it's at. We know that we're going to have to make up the game somewhere, and it's just part of what we're dealing with this year. So hopefully it's not a big concern. You just continue to move on, and you look at the game in front of you. That's one you got to prepare for, and hopefully you play well.
Bob Stauffer, 630 Chad.
Hey, Dave. Your team has shown some maturation year to year here from when you came aboard. We just heard from Ryan Nugent Hopkins and Darnell Nurse, and they just seem to be able to go with the flow with this. Is this just a byproduct of how people today have to, you just have to kind of roll with this
Yeah.
and you talk about not getting too high or getting too low, and just got to recalibrate and get refocused for when you do play next.
That's exactly it. And like I just mentioned, it's not a normal year at all. So everybody, you recognize that going in. And, I think part of it, we've been pretty fortunate. We had the one incident here with Jesse, but, players hear and they see what's going on around the league, and it's not out of the norm to have a game canceled. So it's unfortunate it happens to us, but you just deal with it and move on. But our group is, I think the maturity in our group is real solid. Like you say, not too high, not too low. We know we got continue to improve, and don't let situations like this deter you from what you're trying to do.
Mark Spector, Sportsnet.
So it's probably going to end up one of two ways, Dave. I don't know how many games you're going to miss here. Hopefully, just the one. You guys, the league will try to make that game up in the next short period of time, or save it till May in that last week before the playoffs. Would you rather get this game played before you get back to Edmonton, or would you like to preserve that week at the end? Do you care either way?
No, you know what? And until we find out, you'll read and react when it happens. That it's going to be a quirk. You just have to deal with it. If we can fit it in somewhere when we're out east here, that would be good. But if you can't fit it in, you can't put yourself at a disadvantage somewhere else just to try to fit it in. You got to if you have to fit it in the end of the year, that's what's going to have to happen. So we'll see. I mean, I know Ken deals with that, and the league, and whatever it comes out, we just have to deal with and make the best of it.
So you'll get some rest here, you guys. Unexpected rest, but in this season, I would think getting a couple days can't hurt any. No,
you got to try to take advantage of it. It was amazing. We had a real up tempo practice out there. I thought the guys were in great spirits. So maybe the extra day was good for them.
Alexis Boulanger.
Hi, you just touched on it a little bit, but at what point do you feel that this stretch, if it goes longer, can become a problem or an issue, or concern for you with your group about game shape or stuff like that, then what can you do?
Well,
even
what
now to
basically
make sure it's fine?
my thought on it right now is I'm not going to worry about it until I find out where we're at. If we play tomorrow night, then we only miss one game, and we'll have to find the one game. So, you can't think about things down the road or miss a week. We'll deal with that when it comes. But right now, we're just preparing for a game tomorrow, and that's our focus here, and we'll see how things pan out. But you know right from the get-go you're going to have to read and react in some of these situations, and our group's done a pretty good job of it, and we'll do that, however this situation ends up also.
It was the challenge over the last, let's say, a little bit over 12 hours, more mental about the uncertainty that you've gone through throughout last evening and even today, just waiting for something.
No, I mean, our guys were good last night. We had dinner as a team, and it was just normal, and we'll get up today and have a good practice, and we'll see where things go today. There's no concern for everybody. It's just what it is, and we'll deal with it and move on.
Quinn Phillips, Global.
Hi, Dave. COVID fatigue is definitely something we've all suffered from. Is this a reminder of, how quickly things can change if you aren't diligent?
Yeah, I would guess so. I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, you talk to the players, everybody is trying to be as careful as possible, and more so than probably the normal public. I think Canada is tighter than the U.S. right now. And but it is what it is. We've been in this bubble situation, or kind of really watching ourselves for a long time, and that's just become the norm for us now. So it's unfortunate that there's situations like this that happen, but we all knew that there was a possibility this might be, and you just got to deal with it and make sure it doesn't affect you.